Oh, what's happening, fuckers? Welcome to the Fort City Gym. Let me tell you lads, when I started this normal type gym, I did so with a dream. And that was to make booster sell at the local Pokemart, then blow the earnings down the game corner. The battles were just a nice bonus. But I can still battle. Check this shit out. Oh, you didn't bring any Pokemon with you? Well shit. Not sure what to do now. Actually, while you're here, let's take a look at Pokemon Clover, a Pokemon ROM-Hack that is unlike any other I've ever seen. So, let's get into it, shall we? Pokemon Clover is an unofficial ROM-Hack of Pokemon Fire Red, developed by members of the VP board on 4chan, combining high-quality Fakemon designs, turn-based cock and ball torture, plus memes and shitposts squeezed into every pixel. Developed over a decade, starting back in 2014, while avoiding Nintendo executives coming to their house to break their legs, Clover aims to provide a unique Pokemon world. Thus Clover takes place in a whole new region, the Fochin region, with over 380 new Fakemon, a set of new gym leaders, new rivals and teams, and a ton of other weird shit. As is traditional for Pokemon games, Clover offers a choice of 3 starter Pokemon, 1 water type, 1 grass type, and 1 fire type. Less traditional, however, are the options themselves. These being a giant floating sperm,
objects that I've shoved up my ass,
and the one that I chose, Radical Islamic Group Junior member. Gameplay-wise, Clover builds on the classic formula, adding mechanics from more recent games, tweaking existing features, and adding new movesets. At least I think they're new. I doubt Game Freak is adding moves like Warhead or Gay Agenda, though after those recent leaks, I can't be too sure.
But if she was open to the idea, you would have had sex with a 13-year-old.
Pokemon Clover works well, because it doesn't try to reinvent the wheel, and instead does a good job building off the strong foundations of the Gen 3 games. Because frankly, nobody is going to give a shit about your funny Shrek parody Pokemon if the gameplay is shit. Amongst the added features include changes to using both TMs and HMs, additional trainer battle challenges, like against these funny little fellas, and wonder trading, which is pretty cool. Even if the first time I used it, I received what is essentially a lump of spunk with bits stuck to it, dubbed cornflakes. However, Clover's strongest asset is that it offers an experience unlike any other, somehow always managing to pull a surprise out of its hand. Whether it be bumping into the late Terry Davis, designer of Temple OS, in a random corridor, being attacked by a sentient piece of bread hiding in a bin, or fighting something that looks like Sonic the Hedgehog shit his pants, you're never quite sure what to expect next, and not just because the game explicitly tells you to not trust the Clover wiki. Fair warning though, it does get a bit spooky at one point. And I mean, really, really, spooky. While not something that bothers me personally, and this is definitely a stating the fucking obvious moment, but it's worth mentioning that Clover's content may not be for everyone. Whether it's this up in Pokemon, and its resemblance to a certain Austrian painter, the game's professor having a Keemster moment in the first 10 minutes, or almost everything about the Pokemon Vanash, which I won't be showing here, you can do that in your own time. There's definitely content that's not for the faint of heart. You wouldn't want to be showing it to your gran. It'd probably finish her off. I have few actual issues with Clover, since it's hard to fuck up a Pokemon title. My biggest gripe is the difficulty. Yes, I'm complaining about it. Some may enjoy the challenge, but I found the difficulty spiked way too harshly at points, feeling almost unfair at times. An early example of this was my first encounter with Brock, the first gym leader, in which he called me a slur. Darude Sandstorm started playing, and then he beat the shit out of me. Thankfully, it looks like they are adding difficulty options in the future, because frankly, fuck you Snoop, you've taken years off my life. In terms of presentation, Clover is impressive, especially for a ROM-Hack. Building off the foundations of Fire Red, the graphics are charmingly familiar, yet still feel distinct. While certainly similar in some areas, Clover offers a varied and unique Pokemon region, with lots of quality sprite work. The game's Pokemon sprites look great, if sometimes a bit questionable, to the point where I'd forget what I was playing, which made the appearance of Robotnik, or a regular fucking dog, hit so much harder. I'll always appreciate quality fake Pokemon, because I know how bad it can get. The soundtrack follows a similar pattern to the graphics, offering a mix of both high-quality original tracks and faithful recreations of classic meme music, yet balances them quite effortless. Once again, the normal Pokemon-style music lures you into a false sense of security, which makes the appearance of tracks like the John Cena theme, the Fortnite default dance music, or whatever the fuck this is mean to be, again, hit so much fucking harder. However, my favorite track, and there are some bangers, must be the Pokemon Evolution music. Listen to this, it's smooth as fuck.
Yo, yo, yo! Ah!
Pokemon Clover is an interesting and unique little title, and it definitely offers an experience unlike any other Pokemon title. While it certainly isn't for everyone, it is a really well-made ROM hack, and offers enough content to keep players engaged once all the shock factor has worn off. Anyway, I think we're done here. You know what, lads? For sitting through all that interesting content, I'm going to award you this Jim's badge, the Pint Badge. The Pint Badge offers no benefits in battle, but it does offer you 10% off at the bar.